Enjoying the show? You can help others find it and enjoy it too by giving us a 5-star rating or review. If you feel like reaching out to us with a question or comment, you can send us an email at mywifetherd@gmail.com. And don't forget to visit our website at mywifethedietitian.com, as well as our social media pages. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Enjoy the show. It's Rob and Sandra from My Wife, the Dietitian.
Hey, Rob.
Hello.
You just said it's nutrition nuggets, so meaning keep it short.
I have to remind Sandra that every time. Sandra has a lot of information, and she's very passionate, and she likes to keep talking and talking. And yeah, when we started Nutrition Nuggets, this is kind of funny, because when we started it, we're like, yeah, let's just do like a, 5 to 10 minute episode on every Wednesday. Just keep it really short, just real basic, and some of the Nutrition Nuggets are, this one will probably be, because I'm already babbling on here, but
you are.
They're like 25, 30 minutes long sometimes, and we just go with it. It is what it is.
But they're nutrition nuggets. It's information.
Sure. It's a big nugget.
It is. Yeah.
All right. So what are we talking about today?
Well, today I was a guest speaker at a group for prenatal, so women who are pregnant, and the topic was food safety. So there's a quiz that I ask people, and I'm going to ask you.
Oh, really?
I am. There's just 3 questions.
Oh, it sounds like a hard quiz.
Okay. Number 1, which of the following foods should be avoided during pregnancy due to food safety risk?
Oh, I'm all over this.
Number
Okay.
1, pasteurized yogurt. 2, freshly washed fruit. 3, cooked poultry. Or 4, soft cheeses made from unpasteurized milk.
What was the question again?
Which of the following foods should be avoided during pregnancy due to food safety risk?
Huh. Oh, gosh. It's one of those questions where they all sound right.
I know.
I'm gonna say the last one, the cheese one.
You got it. That's
really?
correct. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, anything from unpasteurized milk.
Well, that's kind of what I thought. It just seemed the most common sense.
Have you ever been to a dairy farm?
I have been, yeah. We have a friend that her family runs a dairy farm.
Yeah. So have you seen them milk the cows?
Yeah.
And it's there could be some feces or bacteria from the cow around the teats where the milk is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So you're milking the cow and it's going into the bucket, and very possibly if you just drink the raw milk like that, it could be contaminated with a bacteria that's going to make you sick.
Yeah, fair enough. Makes sense.
Yeah, so that's why pasteurized milk and dairy products are really important, especially for people who have a compromised immune system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
And, who wants to get sick when they're pregnant, or who wants to get sick anytime?
Yeah, exactly. But especially when you're pregnant. I mean, you got enough going on already.
Yeah, you really want to reduce the risk.
Totally. It reminds me of like drinking from the garden hose, because you do that as a kid and you're like, oh, it's so fun. But there's so much bacteria that builds up inside the hose, because so often there's like the water runs through it and then the water drains out, but it's wet inside there. And if the hose isn't used for 3 or 4 days, that moisture turns into like mildew and mold and all sorts of, things. And then you turn the hose on and drink out of it, and you're just, all that stuff comes shooting out the end. And yeah, that's what you're getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's right. That's
That's why our mothers always told us, don't drink from the garden hose. I never understood that, though. I thought that, it's okay if I don't put my lips on the end of it, but it's all that gunk inside.
But what doesn't kill you makes you stronger?
That's what I thought, too.
Well,
that was my defense.
No. So here's a definition of pathogens, like with food poisoning. Pathogens from the Greek patho, for suffering, and genes, meaning producer of. So pathogens, can also be found in what you eat. Foodborne illness or food poisoning is an infection caused by eating contaminated food. According to the CDC, about 1 in 6 Americans develops food poisoning every year. Roughly 48 million people are sickened annually, larger than the combined populations of both California and Massachusetts. More than 100,000 of them are hospitalized and thousands die just because of something they ate.
Wow. Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, if you get food poisoning, like it's violent.
Oh, yeah. One of the facilitators of the group was talking about going to a restaurant a couple years ago with her partner and friends, and her partner and her both had the chicken Caesar salad, and nobody else did. And then she said within 2 hours of like getting home after eating, they were violently sick, like on the floor, just lying like, please, this is like, make it stop. And she just said, we're so glad we had more than one bathroom in the house.
Yeah.
It's just awful.
Yeah,
awful.
it really is. Yeah, it hits you so fast and hard. And yeah.
It's definitely something that you want to prevent, right?
Yeah.
You just want to make sure that food is cooked thoroughly, it's stored safely, it's in the right temperature zone. That's really important. Yeah. Anyway, so in terms of healthy years of life lost, the top 5 most devastating pathogenic combinations are Campylobacter and Salmonella bacteria in poultry, Toxoplasma parasites in pork, Listeria bacteria in deli meats, and dairy products. And one of the reasons animal foods are the leading culprits in most foodborne pathogens are fecal pathogens, because plants don't poop. The E. coli you may get from spinach didn't actually originate in the spinach.
Right.
The E. coli is an intestinal pathogen, and spinach doesn't have intestines.
Exactly.
The application of manure to crops is something that a lot of farms do.
Oh, right.
And that's been found to increase the odds of E. coli contamination by more than 50-fold.
Huh. Oh, that makes sense too. Yeah, I never thought of that.
Yeah. So it's a concern, if, especially if you're immunocompromised, you have to watch what you're eating and just be careful.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Next question. Number 2. Why is it important to cook eggs thoroughly during pregnancy? If you're pregnant, why is it important to cook eggs thoroughly? Number 1, to reduce cholesterol levels. Number 2, to enhance flavor. Number 3, to make them easier to digest. Or number 4, to eliminate salmonella bacteria.
It's number 4.
Yeah. Because it's a food safety quiz here,
I was
right?
going to say, the other ones are kind of silly. To enhance the flavor. Yeah. That's funny. Because you're killing, I mean, you probably have to boil it for a certain length of time in order to kill any bacteria, right? It has nothing to do with the cooking of it, does it? As much as it is killing bacteria?
It's just getting it to a certain temperature. And if the egg is runny, so you know how sometimes if eggs are undercooked and the white part is still like translucent, that is where you could have issues with salmonella.
Right.
From, cracked eggs we have chickens, you know how they look.
Oh, exactly.
The eggs are sometimes not exactly clean coming out of the coop. No,
they're not. I know it's different if you're used to buying them in the store and you open the carton and they're all nice and clean and shiny. But yeah, coming out of the coop, they got like sawdust or whatever. You got your shavings from your chicken coop and they've got chicken poop on them or
little feathers.
Yeah, little feathers stuck to them. It's kind of funny. We got cartons of them. And I mean, obviously we wash them before we crack them open, but
yeah, you really want to reduce the risk.
Totally.
The single greatest public health burden in the United States is in terms of food poisoning is salmonella. It's the leading cause of food poisoning related hospitalizations, as well as the number 1 cause of food poisoning related death. And it's on the rise. Over the past decade, the number of cases has increased by 44%, particularly among children and the elderly. These are people that have a lower immune system usually. So within 12 to 72 hours after infection, the most common symptoms appear, and we talked about that: fever, diarrhea, severe abdominal cramps. And it usually lasts about 4 to 7 days. But if it's in people that are quite weak and frail, or children and elderly, the disease can be severe enough to require hospitalization. So, yes, many people associate salmonella with eggs. And that's because in 2010, for instance, more than 500 million eggs were recalled due to salmonella outbreaks. And they say that the sunny side up method should be considered unsafe, especially in people that, in pregnancy or immunocompromised people.
Right.
Because it's just not quite cooked enough to kill that salmonella.
Yeah, it's still runny, right? So there's a higher risk of it not being fully cooked.
Yeah.
Well, it isn't fully cooked, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, you could run the risk of having that salmonella.
Yeah. Number 3, what are the safest ways to handle leftovers during pregnancy?
Give them to your husband.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never had that on the answers. No. That wasn't one of the options.
You have to get me to write your questions next time.
Number 1, reheat them only if they smell okay.
Did you write these questions?
I have them written here.
No, but did you make up this questionnaire? Yeah, you did. Okay, carry on. I'm just curious.
Mix them with fresh food to eat the next day.
Sorry, what was the first one again?
What is the safest way to handle leftovers during pregnancy? Number 1, reheat them only if they smell okay.
Okay.
Number 2, mix them with fresh food to eat the next day.
Okay.
Number 3, store them in the fridge within 2 hours of cooking. And number 4, leave them on the counter at room temperature overnight.
Oh, I know. I live with you, so I know the answer. Because you're always bugging me about this. Number 3, you got to leave them. You put them away after 2 hours.
You got it. Yeah. Yes. It's funny, the things that you just assume that everybody knows. But I guess I learned it in high school because I always worked in like food service industry, restaurants, serving, hospital kitchens, like all the different places. And it's just kind of second nature.
If I didn't know, like if I would have said number 1 because I grew up with the smell test. It smells fine. It's good. It's good to eat.
No,
that's seriously that's probably
bad.
It's probably what most people do though.
If it smells bad,
if it
probably
smells
bad.
okay, then it is okay.
Not necessarily though.
Yeah, okay, but that's where you come in.
Yeah,
and that's like your 2 hour rule. But that doesn't mean that it's going to smell good the next day. It could still be bad if, even though you put it away for 2 hours, it doesn't guarantee that it's going to be good the next day.
It's not putting it away for 2 hours, honey.
No.
It's like within 2 hours.
Yeah, of cooking it.
So a good example is, when you have a potluck and you have lots of friends together and everybody's brought some food, or maybe like a family gathering, like a Christmas or Thanksgiving or something. And
or a romantic evening where you have dinner and then things get distracted and then you come back a few hours later and there's food still on the table and you're like, oh right, like that situation, right?
Yeah. Right. I'm thinking more like, but any situation where
food is left.
The food is left out for like 5 hours.
The food is neglected for other reasons.
That happens. I'm at potluck sometimes and I'm just thinking, ooh, the stuff is like sitting out way too long.
I'm thinking the same thing. That's why I just keep eating it because I'm like, there's this food. It's going to go bad. I got to eat it all. I got to get rid of this. I'm just trying to do my part.
And have you ever had food poisoning?
Not from a potluck.
I don't think we've been together for a very long time now. And thank goodness I've never experienced you having food poisoning, not from something I made.
Yeah, no, not something from you've made, but we have been together when I had a food-related issue that hit bottom, like before I left the restaurant.
Oh, years ago?
Years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right. And was it food poisoning?
It was a seafood buffet. So there's something that didn't sit right, and it came out of me like freaking, it's like in the Super Bowl when the team like bangs through that like big banner, they all come running out. That's what it felt like.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah.
It's just awful.
Yeah, but it was literally like I walked out of the restaurant and I'm like, uh-oh. Like
you knew.
I was like,
wow.
Oh man, this isn't good.
Wow.
Yeah.
It
was quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I've had food poisoning.
That's, I think that's a good indication. Like when it's that quick, you kind of know that it's probably the food.
Oh, for sure. That's what I was going to say. Like sometimes it's like you wake up the next day and you feel a little off and you're like, I wonder if I ate something funny the day before, or am I getting the flu, or what is it? But yeah, sometimes like it's that quick and that, yeah, okay.
Oh yeah.
Something's not right.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And that's actually like one of the recommendations is like avoiding high risk foods like raw shellfish or raw seafood or sushi that's got the raw tuna, or, unpasteurized dairy is another one, like, and soft cheeses like blue cheese and brie and camembert, and those could be an issue.
Or that pizza at the by the slice kind of place, and it looks like it's been sitting there all day, but it's the piece you want because it's got the right toppings on it.
You're so funny.
And it's 2 a.m. and you've been out with your friends and you're really hungry and you're like, oh, I really want that piece. But it's probably been like going around in circles on that tray for like 8 hours. And yeah, you probably don't want to eat that because it won't be the hangover in the morning that makes you feel gross. It'll be that piece of pizza.
Yeah, you're right. That's right. Like the street meat or the...
Totally,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
Yeah. There's another one, green food that most people would think it's so good for you, but it's been, linked to so many outbreaks of salmonella. And it's one that I won't touch. I won't eat this food. And it's...
Really?
Because there's been so many people that have been hospitalized and killed in sprout breaks.
Oh, the sprouts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, alfalfa sprout seeds.
Yeah.
They have so many different little...
surfaces?
Yeah, nooks and crannies where the bacteria from the manure contaminated irrigation water can hide. So even home sprouted alfalfa seeds could be risky.
Those things were all the rage. Like I remember like my mom used to buy those things. They were like, we'd have them on our sandwiches. They were kind of like a fad, right? Back in the 80s, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. I know I've tried like growing them and then they get like the mold on them and it's hard to tell what is the sprout and what's the mold.
Oh.
And yeah, I just won't. If you're trying to reduce your risk of food poisoning, that would be one green to maybe not include in your repertoire of foods.
Yeah, that's a good point. Something else that it just made me think for some random reason, but remember when we were in Mexico a bunch of years ago and we went into this like little store in the middle of nowhere and we grabbed like some drinks and a lot of them are in a can, right? And as we were like about to crack the can open, we realized that these have probably been sitting on the shelf in that store for months. Like what kind of dirt is all over the top of this can?
Or what kind of rodent poop?
Exactly, right? But how often do you just crack a can open and put it up to your lips and drink it, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it never, ever occurred to me before that's what I was doing. Every time you drink out of a can, like you don't know where that can's been. You don't know what's been all over it, but it was just so, because I think we looked at the cans and they were like dusty and they were kind of
been sitting there for a while.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, I guess we should probably always wash the can, the lid or.
Yeah. I think in this day and age, most people feel pretty safe and secure with the food supply, but at the same time, there's things that you can do in your own household to mitigate the risk and just kind of reduce that risk of food poisoning because it's really not worth it. Totally. And I think we did a whole episode with Meredith Cushing about best before dates and expiry dates and...
Yeah, she really knows her stuff too. She had a ton of good ideas.
Yeah, we'll have that in the show notes.
Yeah.
Because that one's really good. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, you got 100%, honey.
Oh, there you go. I know I've, it's one of the perks of living with the person who writes the test. For one, I kind of know what...
Well, you've never seen that test.
No, but I know how you think. And I just know the rules because we kind of... That's a sparkly top you got on. Wow. Did you wear that today? You must have been like distracting people. Sorry, I got distracted there. Yeah, I know. I know the deal because I live with you. So
Why didn't you say mix them with fresh food to eat the next day? We do that.
We do that.
Yeah, that was number 2 on the.
After you smell it and it smells okay, then you throw some more fresh food on it, and then you have to heat it though. You have to heat it because that'll kill any bacteria that's still remaining, and then you're good to go.
Well, we did an episode on resistant starches, and that's like rice or pasta or potatoes, like those carbs that if you leave overnight in the refrigerator and you use them in your grain bowl the next day or in your pasta salad or whatever you're going to use, or potato salad, make sure that when you first make them, put them away within 2 hours of cooking them. So that's the important piece of the puzzle in terms of reducing the risk, for the leftovers.
Exactly.
And how long should food last in the fridge if you've made, say, soup, or if you've made
our daughter will call us and say, so I've got this chicken that I bought about 10 days ago. Do you think it's still okay? We're just like, we were at a friend's house when she called, and my friend heard, I was holding my phone away from my ear a bit, and my friend heard the question, and all of a sudden she's just like, no, throw it away, throw it away. Throw it away. So yeah, it was so funny because it's just like, no, I think 2 or 3 days tops.
Exactly.
Maybe.
There you go. 2 or 3 days. That should have been on the quiz, but that's an important thing because I think, with the cost of food and people don't like to have food waste. So you want to use it, but at the same time, life gets busy and you forget what's in the back of the fridge. Well, It's good to either like date it, like if it's a, prepared meal and you can put a date on that or a label on that container, or just like toss it I'd say after 2 days, like I wouldn't even open it up and smell it.
Yeah. Or freeze it. Like after, like if you have a ton of leftovers, like one of those potlucks when you have like tons of stuff left over and you're probably not going to get through it all in the next few days, just freeze it. Because once it's in the freezer, it's fine.
Yeah.
It can go for months in the freezer.
And if you're going to freeze it, make sure you put it into smaller containers because you have to get that temperature down quickly. Like you don't want to freeze it in a big container. Like that's really important. If you have a big container, a big thing of soup or whatever it is, you have to put it into a smaller container for the fridge or the freezer.
And label it so your husband knows what the heck it is.
Yes.
Don't put things in old like ice cream containers. I don't know how many times I've opened an ice cream container going, ooh, there's a new ice cream. And I get all excited and I get my bowl out and I open it and it's full of like chicken bones or some freaking other thing. But
bone broth.
Anyway, yeah, it's good to label things.
It is.
All right. I think that's enough. We're like turning this into like an epic drama, an epic, what's it called when things are like
series?
It's going to be like a mega series here. But you guys get the idea. Be safe with your food. Enjoy your food. Be safe with it.
It's worth taking Food Safe or any kind of quick little, I think you can get courses online really easily. Most people who work in the food service industry, who are serving food or making food for the public, need to be aware of food safety and the temperatures and the times and just how to prepare and store and serve food safely.
There's probably online courses. I know most rec centers will have it in your community, but I'm sure you can just do it online.
It's kind of like first aid, but for food related.
For food. Issues. Yeah, there you go. Right on. Yeah, good practical information today. Good stuff to know. If you want more good information, check out our website. Lots of great stuff there. We've got an amazing blog. We've got articles. We have media stuff. We also have a free newsletter if you like getting things in your email once a week from us. There's recipes, nutrition tips, all sorts of different things. So it's worth signing up for. It is free. And you just click the link on the website. It's mywifethedietitian.com. And you can get that newsletter coming to you every week. If you have questions for us, we're more than happy to answer them. You can send us an email at mywifetherd@gmail.com, and we will be more than happy to turn your question into an episode, because if you have that question, I'm sure everyone else does too. So fire away. Let us know what you're thinking. And speaking of that, we love to know what you're thinking. We love hearing your feedback. Love to know if we're on the right track with what we're telling you. And yeah, let us know. You can rate the show. You can review the show. Every podcast player, whatever one you're using to listen to our show, has a way to rate the show, review, that sort of thing. So yeah, let us know. We'd love to hear what you're thinking. And if you like the show, share with a friend. Your friends want to know what you're listening to, and especially if you're enjoying it, they would probably enjoy it too. So let them know that you found something awesome. Did you know we're on social media as well? You can track us down on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and reach out to us there as well. We love being able to interact with people and hear what they're thinking. So if that's a platform that you're using, then yeah, hit us up. Say hi. Message us through there if that's easier, whatever works. So that is it for Nutrition Nuggets for this week. We'll be back next Monday with a full episode. So until then, have a fantastic week, everyone. Thanks for joining us today on My Wife, the Dietitian. If you like what you heard, don't be shy. Leave us a comment or review, and be sure to share our podcast with your friends. If you'd like to hear more, hit that subscribe button. You can also follow us on our social media pages for updates, episode trailers, and other odds and ends. For more info and links on what we discussed on today's episode, check the show notes. We'll be back next week with another informative and fun-filled episode.